I did all the right things. Maybe not always in the right way, but I did all the right things. Probably the most important message you can pass along is that if you have a dream, do not let go of it. I tell people the most important talent in writing is persistence. That's probably the most important talent in anything, is persistence, sticking with it, seeing it through, not giving up. And if you do that in a society like ours, chances are you're going to succeed. There's a story about Napoleon. He was going over candidates for promotion from general to marshal of France. And somebody was extolling the qualities of one officer or another, and finally Napoleon cut him off and says, yes, yes, I know he's brilliant, but is he lucky? Luck can be a decisive factor. But as Darrell Royals used to say at the University of Texas, luck doesn't go looking for a stumble bum. You have to work for it. And you have to be ready when it arrives. As a practical matter, I think it was Ronald Reagan who made me a national bestseller. President Reagan received the book for Christmas in 1984, The Hunt for Red October. And he read it, and he liked it, and he talked about it a lot. And Time magazine caught wind of the fact that he had this new book that he liked. And so Time magazine did a story about me and the book and the president, and shazam, I was a bestseller. Makes me awfully glad I voted for the man. You know. One of the problems with writing is that what you're writing is about people. And you don't emerge from college with a universal knowledge of human nature. It takes years to acquire. So one of the things I also tell people who want to write is get into a business where you have a lot of contact with people, particularly people of different walks of life. In my case, I was an insurance agent. I had poor clients. I had rich clients. I had in-between clients. Why it took so long is probably a comment on the nature of the writing process, that it requires a lot of intellectual growth before you're ready to write a book that really says something. In other fields, it probably is not all that different, but the applications are somewhat different. If you're in architecture, you have to do a lot of floor plans for a lot of houses. If you want to be an engineer, you have to try a lot of solutions to a lot of different problems before you develop a real talent for it. Persistence is probably the most important of the virtues, because unless you stick with something long enough to learn how to do it, you're just not going to accomplish anything. Seeing something that is not yet real and trying to make it real. And that's what we do, and that's what achievement is. It's taking something that isn't there and making it be there. And that's what we do. And that's what we are. And that's how we got here. And as a result of that, we all get together at for the award center. We sit around with each other and talk while the kids, the kids are listening to somebody, and we're off, and there's a little knot of us off somewhere talking about stuff. And we have much more fun with each other than the kids do, because of course we also have the advantage of not being intimidated by one another, which when you're 20 years old, you tend to be intimidated very easily. But there's something not just similar, there's something identical in all of us. We all had an idea, a dream that we wanted to make real, and we all stuck with it till it was. And although we're in all sorts of different fields, I mean, like two of my friends in the academy, Marv Minsky, head of the Artificial Intelligence Lab at MIT, and Susan Butcher, that crazy gal who takes sled dogs all the way across Alaska. They're both dear friends. That's about as different. I mean, and Tom Clancy, the writer. That's three people about as different as people can be, and yet we're all the same. So, what unifies us is this image that we have of the way we want our lives to be, and the fact that we were unwilling to give up on that dream. I knew the odds were against me. I didn't know how bad the odds were. If I had known how difficult it was, statistically speaking, to get a book published and become a bestseller, I probably wouldn't have tried, but since I was blissfully ignorant of reality, I just never let myself be concerned with that. I never consciously thought about writing a best-selling book. I just wanted to see my name on the cover of a book, and my only objective was to turn out the best possible product I could, and then just to see what happened. And if people liked it, fine, and if not, I would have done that which I wanted to do. And I could get on with my life after fulfilling at least that one dream. You succeed in the world not by wanting to succeed. You succeed in the world by fulfilling a useful objective, by providing people with a product or a service or an idea that they will find useful in one way or another, whether it's entertaining, whether it's something they can use in their day-to-day life, irrelevant. The only way to acquire wealth and notoriety in any society, certainly the only way to do it legally, is to provide something that people want, even if they don't quite know they want it yet. In the case of Jobs and Wozniak and Apple Computer, the people didn't know they wanted computers until they saw what they could do with them. But really, the only way to succeed in life is to serve others. The only way to get rich in America or any place else in the world, the only way to become famous, the only way to be respected, is to do something that serves other people in one way or another.